Oh. You are definitely not in the frame of this camera. Just FYI.
Oh, it said the stream started.
Yeah, because I started the stream.
Hello!
Hello! We're doing different things this week. Okay. Oh, the cat was under that chair. Can I have the mouse, please? Hello!
Is the mouse for the cat?
No. So we're doing different things this week on stream. We're doing a different camera setup because this game is so huge. We have this camera, which is on my player board. So during the game, you guys can all see what?
That's not visible.
No, put it there because we don't want her laying on that over there. It'll do box damage. It's a hefty box, but it's not that good. So we have this board, which will show my player board, so you guys can see as I start filling out the player board how it works. It kind of shows this board. I might move it a little bit. Let's see. Is that? Yeah, that's pretty good. So you can see that one. So we're going to do this. There's also this round board. And then we also have the overhead camera, which shows the sprawl of game that is this game. It's currently taking up our table plus one leaf for the 2-player. So, yeah.
I think 3-player would definitely involve the second leaf.
Yeah. Let me tweet really quickly that we're live, and then I can close Twitter so it doesn't hog all of our CPU. Cool. Okay. So, boom. Oh, I was going to stream this to Twitch. It's too late now. Also, to get Steve more in frame, we can do that. Perfect. Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to today's special stream. You can actually, I'm going to disconnect the keyboard. You can actually, I don't think we need the keyboard today. But you can move it, like, out of your way. Put it on the other side of the box. Yeah, over there. Okay, cool. Cool. It is not a quickie. It's about the same pace as, like, Caverna, if we're quite honest. But I'm going to go ahead and start jumping into teaching, and then we're going to get started. So we're playing the 2-player game, and in the 2-player game, there is one difference from the game with, like, any number. Actually, no, there's a solo game that you can play with this, and I'll explain that in a second. And then you can play up to 4 players. And the only difference is actually when you play with 4 players, there are 2 additional boards that you put down here that people can take, which will allow you to duplicate an action.
I think it was 3 and 4. Also.
No, I think it's only 4.
Oh, only 4?
It's only 4-player. Yeah. So otherwise, the 2-player, the 3-player, they play exactly the same. The 4-player only has that one difference. And then the solo plays super, super similar to, like, the other player count, which I think is really great. So let's talk about this. So, this is a worker placement game. And in the game, your workers, that's the wrong board. All my names don't match the actual camera setup this week, so I'm gonna, sorry for
I thought that was a keyboard for a second in the shot. I'm like, that's a weird keyboard.
Okay, so in the game, we are each different Viking tribes, and we're trying to gain essentially the most, like, swag. At the end of the game, you'll get points for the most possessions that you have, and so as Vikings, we're trying to raid, pillage, plunder, also just, like, conquer this part of the forest, essentially, to get points. The cool thing in this game is as you acquire certain possessions, you put them in your home board, and you can't really see it in this shot, but all of these right here are -1 point. So the home board, if you fill it, doesn't give you any points at the end of the game. It just gives you not negative points. So you're trying to gain possessions like furs, jewelry, treasure, and you put it on these boards a la like Patchwork or Cottage Garden, which is where, this is where those games' primary mechanic came from. And you're trying to fill this out so you don't get negative points. You can also, throughout the game, babe, can you give me one of the islands?
Let's do Iceland.
Yeah. So you can also, throughout the game, pick up additional boards, like islands, that you can explore, which will give you base points, and then they also have the minuses on them if you don't cover them, but you cover them the same exact way. But you can also get, I'm just going to point to them because they're really far away. You can also get houses, which are over there, huts, houses, and longhouses, which are a similar mechanic. Okay? Here you go. Can you put that there? Sweet. So, oh, I'm going to sneeze. Ah, ah. Do I have another one? I think so. Okay, so there's this great round board that breaks down each of the rounds.
I thought this was the round board.
Okay. There's this great board that explains what you do, like the different phases of every round, and depending if you're playing the short game or the long game, you're going to have either 6 rounds or 7 rounds. The short game, which we are going to be playing, has 6 rounds, and they are denoted by these Vikings, which are at the top of your board. You put them on these spaces that count down the rounds, and every round, the first thing you do is you grab a new Viking and you add it to the Viking workers that you can use. Okay? So, let's talk about using Vikings. So this board, which is sort of in the corner, has all of the actions you can take, and it is huge, and it's a little overwhelming, but it's not that bad. It's really overwhelming at first. I'm going to be really, really honest. Steve and I watched Miguel's, huge shout out to Miguel's playthrough video. We watched it, and it made this game digestible for us, so I'm hoping to kind of do that for some of you all. The rule book, though, is really good. I was really intimidated because there's 3 books, but it turns out one is just a history of Vikings. Like, this really huge book is just an almanac about all of the, like, stuff in the game in real life, not in, like, game terminology. So there you go. Anyway, this board, there are 4 columns. The column that you put your workers in determine how many workers you have to put down. So on your turn, you pick which action you want to do. So the first column, you have to do 1 worker. The next column, you have to do 2. And then the third column, you have to do 3. And the fourth column, you have to do 4. So when you take an action, and you alternate taking actions, very similar to any worker placement game, you pick one action on the board, and you take your workers that you need to for that action spot, you put them there. Okay? Standard stuff, once an action spot is taken, nobody else can do it. In the 4-player game, there are those bonus, like, additional boards at the bottom that will allow you to mimic another person's action. But, there you go. So, the actions in the first column, 1 Viking. Actions in the second column, 2 Vikings. Action in the third column, 3 Vikings. But you get a bonus. You get to draw an occupation card. Occupation cards are similar to the Agricola occupation cards, where they're cards that can either be like instances, like this will instantly give you a fruit, or they can be cards that persist. So, for example, this one allows you to convert rune stones into pelts. There's another one that's like, this is like an if statement. When I succeed in laying a snare, I get a coin. So these are an example of these cards, but when you go in the third column, as a bonus action, you get to draw a new one of these cards into your hand. Alternatively, in the fourth column, over here, when you place 4 workers, you get to play one of the cards from your hand. So that's the bonus for placing 4 workers. And I realize now we did all the setup. I had Steve go ahead and set up this massive sprawling game before I got home from work because I knew it would take a long time. But for setup, if you are using this for setup, I'm going to cheat and just say use the setup in the rulebook. It's really clear, it's really well written, and it'll help you figure out what components are what anyway. But the long and short of it is there is a deck of slightly different colored back occupation cards. Everybody starts with 1.
Yeah, that's why I didn't give those out yet.
Then there is a weapons deck, which is the red backs, and these are just weapons, swords, bows, etc. Every player is going to get 1 bow, and these are face up. Whenever you have weapons, they're not in your hand, they're just out. You're going to get 1 bow, 1 spear, and 1 snare, which looks like a bread box.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a snare, but like at glance, it looks like a forest box. So your weapons, you're going to have face up. Whenever you draw new weapons, you're just going to have like a little weapon cache to the side. It's public knowledge, essentially. Oh my goodness. Can you put it in the box? We're not going to have space for other stuff. Box.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Once you give everybody an occupation card, you don't need that deck anymore, so you can just get rid of it. Then what you're going to do is there is this stack over here. This is the forest, so these are where you get basic goods like wood and stone. I guess they're mountain tiles, technically. You put 2 mountain tiles out, and you stock them. So each one's going to get 2 money at the end, and then...
I think there was one that didn't have 2 money.
Okay.
Yeah.
The amount of goods on them are always different. And we'll reveal a new one every round. So that's that. The only other setup that you're going to do is everybody's going to get a single mead, which is this tiny little token. And that's just going to go into like your pool of resources. And that is setup. Oh, and then you put your 6 Vikings on your player board, and then your other, if you're playing the short game, and then your other 6 Vikings are gonna go here. Okay, cool. So I've explained how you take actions. I've explained a little bit about setup. I explained a little bit about this. Yeah. So let's just start playing, and I'll explain stuff as we encounter it. Because otherwise, we will never start playing. But the long and short of it is we get harvest, which is we get free food, which is awesome, on certain rounds. And then we take a bunch of actions. Or sorry, the islands will either become settled or not settled by not us. Then we will take turns taking actions. Then we'll figure out if start player changes. Everybody will get money based on their board. So on your player board, there's a central row going up through that has money. You get income with whatever row is, like, whatever income number is showing last. And we'll go into that during the income phase. But otherwise, after you do income, then you do animal breeding. So animal breeding is kind of cool. If you have at least 2, if you have at least 2 of an animal, the top one gets pregnant, and it's a really sweet mechanic, and I'm going to show that to you when we do it, because it's super great. And then we're going to do a feast. So every round you have to do a feast. It's kind of like feeding your workers. But up here on the top of the player board, you have this, like, banquet table. This is the feast for Odin. I realized this at some point in the game last night and got really excited. And I've been excited all day when I typed feast for Odin stream tonight. Like, this is the feast for Odin. Like, this is the name of the game. Every round you're going to do a feast. And you can only put orange and red tiles up here. And there's a little grid. And you're going to put your tiles to fill all of the empty all of the empty squares along the bottom. So as the game continues, you're going to have to fill a larger and larger table, which is a really cool mechanic to work in that whole feeding your workers without actually making me feel like all I'm doing all game is trying to feed my workers. Which is, like, Steve and I played this last night, and we weren't amazing. Like, I don't even want to tell you my score, because it was really bad. Like, really bad. But, like, that was one of the things that I really enjoyed about this game last night, is I never felt like, oh my god, I have to feed my workers. Steve totally did.
There was one round where I converted every good into non-food, or I was about to, and Tiffany went, wait, there aren't enough negative point counters in the game to give you enough negative points for what you're about to do.
Yeah, because there's squares on this table, and every square that you don't have covered is minus 3 points at the end of the game. And Steve had 8 squares uncovered, and there are only 7 -3 tiles in the game. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was no good.
So after we do the feast, you're going to discard all the food that you use. And some of it's food, and some of it you can always use coins. But we'll go over that when we get to that phase. Then after that, we're going to get bonuses. So again, on this player board right here, the home board they call it, there are little icons of goods. And when a good is completely surrounded but not covered, so all of patchwork, like plant buckets, pots, you'll get that bonus during this bonus phase. So you'll get one of those goods, which is cool. Then after we do the bonus phase, we will update the mountain. So each of these mountain things, when you collect goods from them, you take from the left over. So we'll remove 1 good from each of these boards, and then, like I said earlier, we'll always auto-draw a new one and stock it. So there's always some resources available.
I still just like, you have to cut down the trees, then you can get the stone, then you can get the ore, then you can get the silver. It's like,
really smart.
It's really
yeah.
great.
Everything about this game is just really smart. Like, I don't feel like convoluted. I don't feel like, why am I doing this? It just all makes sense. So there's that. And then after that, we get all our workers back. And then we start again. So we're going to start now.
I think unlike last night, I'm going to do my best not to AP about...
You AP'd so long
I
on the final turn.
I did. I'm going to try not to AP, so don't take what I do as strategic advice, because I'm going to deliberately try not to overthink it.
So I'm going to really, really briefly, I know everything's not brief in this game, so I'm going to kind of go over this board super fast, just a breakdown of what you can do. So the first thing you can do is you can get a home board, which are over there, which is like a house, which you can get and build up, and then you'll get more points at the end of the game. Then the next thing you can do is you can build ships. So ships are over there by Steve. Different ships are used for different things, but essentially you can use ships for whaling, which will let you get more food. You can use ships for raiding, which will let you steal goods just from the general supply, like the fancy treasures and stuff. Or you can pillage, which is the similar thing. Or you can do this action, there's not really a name for it, where you convert, I think it's just trading with boats, where you convert green goods into blue goods. And blue goods are, I wouldn't say more valuable, but they're more helpful when it comes to filling your player boards or island boards, because the placement restrictions are not as tight on those. So that's what you do with boats. Then this like central section here is all about getting food. Food is not as tight in this game, but it is something you still have to be mindful of occasionally, as Steve learned last night. So this section right here is all hunting, where you do use a dice. Yes, there are dice in this game. I know. So there's hunting, but you use snares for hunting, so you can use those to help mitigate the dice. Then you have, this is animal husbandry, essentially. Then we have a market, which is just, you just get food. We have products which you produce via the animals that you have, so milk or wool. Then you have crafting, where you convert goods that you have already into better goods. Then you have mountains and trade. So mountains, we already talked about, it's this section over here. So you just go and get a certain number of goods defined by the action space. Or you can trade, where you upgrade goods, and this mechanic's super sweet. So let's say that I have a cabbage, which is from this part of this tray, because these trays are part of the game. So let's say I have a cabbage, and I take a worker, and I go here on this spot. This spot says I can trade 2, so I can trade up to 2 goods. So what that means is, here, let's say I have a cabbage and a fur. So I have these two. So I have a cabbage and a fur. So let's say I do this. So I get to trade 2 goods. So I trade my cabbage for 1 higher up on the tray that it's in. So I put my cabbage back, and I get 1 higher up in that column, which is meat. So I trade cabbage for meat. The other thing that you'll notice is that orange tokens on the back is the red. So instead of like having to swap the tile, I can just flip it, and now it's the red one. Same thing with green tokens. So if I wanted to trade this badger fur in, or this fur, this pelt, I take this, and if I already own it, I put it back, and I grab a jewelry instead, or I can just take the green one that I have, and 1 upgrade from green is blue, which is on the back. So that is these action spots. There's quite a few of them. It's a very valuable and awesome like mechanic thing with the trays. They are functional, and that is super awesome. Then we have general trading, which is pretty sweet. There's some action spots where if you have a boat, you can trade all green items that you have that are unique to their blue side, which is great because blue is easier to place. Then you have raiding and pillaging, which is where you just get like jewelry and stuff. Go Vikings. And you use swords for that. I should say for whaling you use spears, and for hunting you use snares.
Or bows.
Or bows, yeah. Then we have the exploration spots. So on these ones, you have to have a boat of a certain type to go to a certain island, and then you get one of those islands, and it's like yours. And so you take it and you put it over here, and then you have to fill it out. So that's these spots. Then you have immigration and occupation. So can I have a boat? Can I have a boat? Nope. Ship.
One of the, yeah.
Sorry. So when you get a ship, you have this harbor, and if you don't have a spot for the ship, you can't put it in here. But there's this thing on immigration where you pay some coin and you immigrate, where you take this boat and you sail it away. Basically, your Vikings go away, and so you flip it, and then you put it on your dining table, and now that's 2 less Vikings that you have to feed every round. It's like super sweet, but you do that via that action. Thank you. And then the very last spots here at the bottom allow you to play these occupation cards that I already talked about. And I think the stream's been going for 20 minutes, and I think that's good enough. Let's play! Woo. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I don't know. No moose is good moose, so you can go first.
Okay.
The player token is a little moose.
Is a moose. Hit the moose. Okay, cool. So for the first thing that we do for the round is everybody gets one of their Vikings from the table. Then we're going to harvest. Or we see if we harvest. So for this current round, which is round 1, we do harvest 1. So we will each get 1 token from the bin that has a 1 harvest symbol on it. So that should be peas, flax, and beans.
I think beans, yeah.
Yeah. You just cheated and made fish.
I mean, there's historical precedent for it.
Okay. So now we each got free food. Success. So now we're going to do the next phase, which is turn exploration boards or place shelters, which on this round we don't do. So
place silvers, but yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we don't do that this round. Then we're going to do draw a new weapon. So everybody just gets a free weapon. Woohoo! Free weapons. And then we do the really exciting action placement bit. Yes. So I am going to start, and I'm going to remember to only take actions from this board. She's figured it out. This water is out, so the girls are like having to go to the other water bowl because they have 2 water bowls.
Spoiled for choice.
I have 2 bows, so I'm gonna go ahead and hunt. I think. No, those are not the right meeples, my friend. Do I want to hunt? This is the game where I'm like, I still don't know what's ideal to like start doing, so I'm not really sure what to do.
Yeah, last game I played, I think the first round, I got a whaling boat and did whaling and got some goods, but that didn't necessarily help me feed people either, so.
Yeah. So I'm going to go hunting. So I put a meeple on hunting, and then I go hunting. So on hunting, I roll the orange dice, and basically I'm trying to get 0, and I have to get 0. So, the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the dice. I get up to 3 rerolls, but once I roll, I can't, like, undo and roll. So it's a 7, so it's horrible, because I'm going for 0. This is a 3. And I can discard bow and arrows or wood, which I don't have any of. I'm realizing now I should have gotten some wood to subtract numbers, essentially. And actually, I realize now, I was just really excited to show you hunting, so I'm going to retcon. First move of the game. Woohoo! Cheating already! So, instead of doing the thing that I said I was doing, I am going to... I'm going to go get wood. So I'm going to take 2 Vikings. Actually, I'll do 3. And I'm going to go over here. So this action lets me take 3 goods from one mountain board and 2 goods from another mountain board. So I'm going to take 2 wood from one board and 3 wood from another board. So now I have plenty of wood. And next time I'll try to go hunting. It's your turn. Oh, the blue ones are whenever you do a thing, you get a thing, I think.
Is that? Oh, okay. I was gonna ask that question.
I don't think it's
I'm gonna place.
I have to check.
4 Vikings on this, which
wow.
gets me 4 goods and 2 upgrades. So I
need to play an occupation card. I get to draw one at first.
So I'm gonna get this, which is the 2 wood, the stone, and the ore. No silver, sadly. And 2 good upgrades. I'll figure that later, but I get to play 1, which is every time I get a silver, I get to play an occupation card. It's
Well,
the
let's
tutor.
see the rule book. Where's the rule book? I'll look it up. I'll give you the rest of your turn.
I didn't know that's how. I thought I got to just like pick what things did.
Yeah. Wouldn't be unsurprising.
And then 2 good upgrades. So let's upgrade the milk and upgrade this mead into oil.
No, it's an exchange. You can exchange at any time.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, so blue cards are at any time. So you can exchange silver for playing a card at any time.
That makes sense. It's the tutor, so I'm paying tutor money to get an occupation.
Yeah. Mad Bona 1 says, it seems very intuitive with the guides and flippable tokens, so likely a long first game, but better as you get to know it, which I completely agree with.
I think a good part of the learning how to play is just what do I want to do.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I burned...
you upgraded to milk? You get to upgrade 2 items.
I upgraded the mead to oil.
It goes up twice. This one is the up 2.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So this one means instead of skipping 1 row on the tray, you skip 2 rows. And I'm not sure if it's optional.
So my milk
required.
turned into wool, and then
Do you want to do that?
the oil is going to turn into a ruined stone because I ruin everything.
Yeah. It's actually probably a good idea for a move. Okay, so now that I have a ton of wood, because I needed that, I'm going to hunt now because that's more logical. So I roll the dice. It's a 4. I'll roll again. It's another 4. I think that's the universe telling me something. So I'm going to discard my 2 bows and 2 woods. So I'm at 0. So I get, I succeeded in hunting. So I'm going to go ahead and get a pelt and a game meat and add to my supply. I'm also going to get up and turn on the heat because it's cold. But it's not Steve's turn. If I had failed at hunting, so I hadn't gotten to 0 by any means, I would get as a consolation prize a bow card and a wood card. See the game basically being like, try again next time.
I'm going to make 2 mead and get 2 silver. Which I assume you keep some for yourself and then you sell the rest. Because who doesn't like mead?
Is there a wine that you want to open? I mean...
It would go well with my whaling. If I
it was our anniversary yesterday.
Oh, actually, I want cider.
I want to
polish off the cider.
You have cider.
I do, so it's open, so I'm going to have that.
We got gifted a lot of white wine, and I don't like white wine.
The taste is alright.
I know, but that's like really nice wine, and if you're not going to have wine with me, I don't want to waste really yummy wine. My move. Okay. So I went hunting, which is great. So I'm really solid on food for this round. So I want to try and get things to put on my board. I also could get into the animal game now. I just don't have any money. So, okay. I got into the animal game early last game, and it did not help me in the long run.
I mean, here I am thinking, like, I kind of want to get into the animal game.
I don't know, Scotty. I guess, actually, that would work. That would work really, really well. Oh. Is there something I want to do alternatively? Yes. Okay. I'm going to go here. So I get a peas, and I get a silver.
Is that your appeasement strategy?
Yes. Your turn. You want cider, you said?
I do want cider, I say. You alright?
Yeah, it's fine. Did you eat?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I was going to bring those buns home, and then I didn't. And then I decided everything was ruined.
Okay.
I'm going to use my last Viking.
Oh, you only have one Viking left?
I only have one Viking left. So you're going to be first player. I just don't know if I want a whaling boat or these giant meat sticks.
You do you, babe.
You know what I do? I'm going to turn... This is flax, right?
The one with the purple end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to convert my flax into cloth, I guess. This is one thing I find interesting about the game is that generally goods upgrade and they're the same physical size of token, but a lot of the crafting actions where you're making something cool out of something else, you're actually changing the token size and the area, and that's how useful it is in terms of covering your board. So I just converted something that was 3 squares wide into 4, which is neat, and also an orange into a green, so it's more... You can only place greens and blues on your board, so that was like a pretty good trade. But I'm out of Vikings now, so...
So it's my turn.
It is Tiffany's turn.
I want to do the thing with the thing.
Okay. Let me make that happen.
I had a plan. It's a brilliant plan. I'm just making hot cocoa.
It's a brilliant plan. Is it making fire?
I did. I just made fire.
So it's a brilliant plan.
Is fire brilliant?
It depends on the...
It's bright enough.
Yeah.
I feel like ours is... it's blue. I don't know if it's brilliant. Okay.
So it's sad rather than intelligent. Be sad and intelligent.
I don't think blue is a reflection on its current mind state. So I have 1 coin, which I got to do a thing, and now I'm like, maybe I don't want to do that thing. Maybe I want to do something else. Oh. That seems like a much more...
Oh no!
How you doing, boss?
I miscalculated. There's a very important rule I forgot about.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you always forget about that rule. Okay.
I'm like, okay, after the first game, I'm not going to forget about this rule again.
Totally forgot about it.
Totally forgot about it.
I'm going to go here.
Damn.
And I'm going to turn in a wood to get a silver and a small chest, which I've never had. I've always wanted. And that goes into my supply.
Interestingly, you can't convert the small chest into the large chest.
Oh, you totally can. Oh, we're talking about the game. Okay. Sweet. So, that is the actions, because I'm out of meeples. Or I'm out of Vikings. So, the next thing we do is we determine start player. So the player who went last gets to be the start player.
Which is super great.
Which is me, so I maintain the moose. Then we do the next one. So this is the income phase. So, there is an anytime action that you can take at any time, which is put stuff on your home board. However, when you put stuff on your home board, it's like down permanently. So, what a lot of people do and what they recommend, is before the income phase, you do the whole putting stuff on your board. So, let me rotate. So, on the player board, every board has like a little iconography thing that tells you what goods you can put on the board. So, on the home board, you can put green goods, and you can put blue goods, you can put silvers, and you can put ores. And ore is just the black cube. I don't have any, though. Steve does. So, now, because it's income, if I want to get any income, I have to cover this 0 at the very corner of my board, which I can do with this beautiful blue chest that I took, because it's a blue piece, so I can plunk it right there, and now I have covered some income tracks, and the next visible one is a 2, so my income this round will be a 2. There are some rules, and I'm going to actually get the board up and show it to you closer. So, for income, you can see the pattern, like dark, light, dark, light. You are not allowed to cover an income square until you have covered all of the other squares, like, under it, in that, like, grid. So I can't cover this 2 until I've covered all of the dark green squares it's connected to, and everything within that square of dark green squares. So, that is the income shtick. Not including the little icons, which are the bonus icons, they count as covered already. So, my placement of putting the blue chest right here is totally legal because I'm covering up that one and that one. So I cover that square completely, so my income is going to be 2. Then, I could, if I wanted, take this pelt and put it like that, which is cool. It doesn't give me anything right now, but it's like starting to cover my board. But I can hold on to it because I might be able to use it during the game. But I wanted to really talk about placement rules, so I'm going to cheat and steal some tokens. Blue tokens, you can put adjacent to each other as much as you want. So blue tokens, you can basically put anywhere you want, with the exception of following the placement rules. However, green tokens are less awesome because they have rules in regards to placement. So green tokens, you cannot place adjacent like thus. You have to place green tokens. If they're going to touch, they can only touch on the corners, a la Blockus rules, if anybody here has played Blockus. So that's how you place green tokens. You can, however, just place tokens wherever the heck you want on your board. Like, you don't have to start here, but you generally want to start getting income. But, like, I could place this over here and just start filling out the massive amount of negative points. There's nothing stopping me from doing that, except for maybe strategy. So,
there's nothing stopping you but yourself.
Yeah. So that's the rules on coverage. And the rules are very similar for all the other boards that have coverage stuff. Can you hand me the middle house and the long house? So the middle house and the long house tiles, these are tiles you can pick up. This one you have to put a wood piece there. This one you have to put a stone piece, otherwise it's -1 point each. And then this is like a little tiny home board that you fill out. And the placement rules for this one are right here, which is you can place blue and green adjacent to each other, but on this board, you can place red and orange, which you can't on your home board. However, red and orange placement rules are the whole corner Blockus thing. You can place silver on this board, but you can't place ore on this board. So, yeah. The home board, you can place as much silver or ore as you want. This longhouse board, similar dealio, actually it's the exact same placement rules as the other board, but it doesn't have the wood stone thing, it's just all this like crazy pattern. And if there's a dark black thick border, you cannot intrude or cover that. So you can't have pieces overhanging out of the area, and you can't cover on this one these like support poles on the house. So those are those boards. All right, here you go, babe. Did you finish placing on your board?
I didn't.
Okay. I'm going to place that on mine. So I'll get 2 income this round. Steve is on his phone, so I'm going to ignore him and move on. So now, if either of us had animals, we would check to see if they breed. Nobody has animals, so we're not worried about it. So we move on. Now we're going to do our feast. So this is where we lay stuff out. And let me put my meeples back on, my Vikings. So I have to cover 7 spots, and I can only use red and orange tokens, and the placement rules for this is you cannot place the same tokens twice, except you can place, I think you can place peas as much as you want. Maybe it's orange ones? You can't place red, but you can place beans as much as you want, and I believe just any orange as much as you want. And you can place vertically. Or no, you do place vertically, it's just that the square ones are still really nice. So, I might, but the other thing is you cannot place 2 colors adjacent to each other. So I can't do orange. Like, it's not allowed. I have to put either a red or a silver in between them. So I'm going to put a beans, a mead, and a flax. And I'm good, and that is my face. Did you do your income?
I didn't, but I did my placement, so I get 2. You probably mentioned this, but I used a good twice, so I had to flip it.
I don't have another good, but I'll show it. So if I wanted to use a good twice, Vikings like variety, so you can't use the same good twice. So you have to put it vertical and up, which covers less spots. So this is me using the same token twice. The other one's vertical. You also can just optionally, I looked this up in the rules last night, you can just optionally put a token vertically if you want. Because you can't overfeed at the feast, because they do have the solid lines, and you can't underfeed. If you underfeed, you get -3 points per square that you don't feed.
I'm going to put the valuable goods on top, because this is driving me nuts.
I was wondering when that would realize. So after we have feasted, we discard all of the tokens that were consumed. Then...
Do you want to get your tea?
No, I'll do it in a sec. Then we do bonuses. If either of us had a bonus spot completely stranded, we would get the good. We don't, so we're good. Then we do mountains, so we discard 1 good from each thing, which finishes this board, so it's gone. So then we put out another board, regardless, and we stock it. So Steve's going to stock it while I go get hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa is the best.
I wish we just had some, like, alcoholic things for me to do.
Did you... Oh, yeah, you finished the McKellen 12 last night.
Yeah, I do have cheap whiskey. But I only really like Fireball whiskey.
In hot cocoa? Yeah, it's like a flavors thing. Yep, so we did new mountain strips. Remove placed Vikings from the action board, so I'm going to do that. This is kind of silly, but one of my favorite things about this game is there's no other tokens, so you can just, like, grab all of the wood off the board without worry about, like, knocking anything else off or whatnot. It's more satisfying than it should be. Okay, so we remove placed
Are you
Vikings.
saying grabbing wood is satisfying?
Yeah.
I'm not judging. I'm just trying to clarify.
I'm saying grabbing wood without anything else getting in the way is satisfying.
Did anyone record that?
Yeah. Alright, new Viking, so I'm gonna pick up one of Tiffany's Vikings.
Can you give... Oh, I got it.
Okay, so then we harvest. So, but no harvest this round, because it's round 2, so I'm gonna skip that step. Turn an exploration board. The A flips over this round, and we place a silver.
On all the other boards. 2 silvers on all the other boards. Let me change the camera angle so they can see.
Oh, on the other boards, not on the one you flipped?
Yeah, so it's incentive for the fact that we haven't gone to those islands. I'm actually going to try
What I think is interesting, it wouldn't have been impossible to explore that first one, but you would have needed to spend Vikings to get the resources, Vikings to get one of the boats, and then Vikings to explore. So it would have been probably at least 3 Vikings.
I mean, it would have just been your turn.
It would have been your turn. Well, 3 or 4 Vikings.
Yeah, but
you would have had to build in that direction.
When the boards flip, the amount of points that they're worth goes up significantly, but also so is the amount of negative points on them. So it's an interesting one. Yeah. And they're gonna start. The islands are gonna flip like every round now.
I think I definitely want to explore at least one island because it's not something I did last game.
So distributing our new weapons. Ooh, I got a sword. And now,
I gave them small chewies. We might need to deploy additional.
I was wondering why Xena finished so quickly. Okay, so now we do actions.
Let me move your backpack so one of them can share. Should I pull out another chewy?
Yeah. At least for that one.
Small or big?
We have big chewies?
Yeah, I got a bag of each.
Well, do a... how small are the small? Let me see. How big are the big? Oh, yeah. Always give Xena a big. Do another small, though, for right now. How big is the knot on that? Let me see that. No, give her a big one. She's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because the big knots on that one are too big for her to easily chew the whole knot in her mouth. So those just last longer. So just always give her a big one. You can give Ichi her own chewy back.
That is what I usually do. And then Ichi's like, this is unfair.
Well, remember, Mur, this whole channel isn't US based. We have some New Zealand, some Australians. We have quite a number of people, so it might be sold out in the country that he's in. Anyway, Chewies are being deployed by Steve, so I'm going to take my first action. I had a plan last round, and I'm going to start acting on it. So I have enough silver now.
Ichi set.
Super excited.
Down. Down.
So I can take
down
this awesome 4 dudes at once. Wait a minute.
Down.
Then I can pay 3 silver, and I get a sheep and a cow. So I get a sheep, and I get a cow.
Down.
And I put them in my barn, and I like my barn. It's really cute. That's my barn. But none of them are pregnant, so I don't make sure that they're not on the pregnant side. Then, because I placed 4 workers, I get to place one of my occupation cards. So I am going to... Whoa, which do I want? I think Whoa. Steve is coaxing the girls into being super mellow and calm and chill before he gives them things. So that's what's happening. I'm going to play the Village Leader card, which lets me, before the feast, if I have at least 1 fancy robes in my supply, I get 2 money. So I play that. And then that's my turn, and it's Steve's turn, which he is gone. So,
can you place one of my 2 of my Vikings on the colonization boat and spend my 2 wood? The 5 boat.
The 5 boat? Yes.
Okay. I will spend 2 of my wood.
Yeah. You deal with that on your turn. So the retail for the game in the US, it depends. The MSRP was, I think, 100 from Z-Man, but a lot of stores have it for 90 or 80. So yeah. Yeah, US retail MSRP is 100, and then in Europe, I think it's 80. Which is why we got our copy in Europe, because it was $60. It was cheap.
Okay, so
by a significant amount, which was enough for us to, like, actually bring it back. It was worth it. Now I get an action. So I have a cow and a sheep, which is super great, but they're not going to get pregnant because there's only 1 of each. So I can't take that action again, and I don't have enough money to do anything else with them. So now I'm going to work on getting more money. Oh, I spent the thing. Dang it. Okay. So I'm going to take 2 workers. This is an involved process. All for a thing. Is it worth it? Let me work it. Put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Sorry. I'm going to go...
Never apologize.
I'm going to put 2 workers here, and I'm going to pay my last silver to get another sheep, so at the end of the round, I will get pregnant sheep.
It's a good song.
And a great song. Your turn.
Let's explore. I'm trying to decide between Iceland or Greenland. I always wanted to go to Iceland, so Iceland gets it. So I get the 2 silver. But I don't use the boat, right? I just need to have it?
Yeah, you just have to have it.
Yeah. Okay.
You got Iceland?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's weird is there's some green on it, and then Greenland is, like, covered in ice. I don't understand. It's like they're misnamed.
How do I get to Greenland again? Oh, that action that you took. Yeah. Cool. So, I don't think that I'll be able to last as long as Steve this round. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, but there's a harvest next round, so actually, I don't really need to waste my time on that.
You used 4.
Yeah, I was gonna do a thing for a thing, and I'm like, I guess I don't really need to do that. But I'm gonna need to feed 8 people this round, and just doing a preliminary dietary check, I cannot feed 8 people. So, with my last 2 Vikings, I should probably do something that gets me more food.
Did I? Oh, we did. I was like, why don't I have harvest goods?
Because it's not a harvest
Yeah,
round.
it's not a harvest round.
It's not a harvest round. I will, for my last action, I'll just sit and think about it for like a long time.
That's the strategy.
I guess I will do that. So I'm going to go here. So I get a silver, a flaxseed, and a fish. Ah! Just throwing fish everywhere.
It's fish Christmas.
And that's my turn. And so Steve's going to start playing next round. I know, but that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to pay a whole bunch of money. I'm going to pay 1 money to get 2 fish. And then I'm going to pay 2 money to get 2 of these delicious, like, meat cross-sections. And then I have 2 Vikings left. See, what do I have?
Quite honestly, if I had realized we would like this game as much, I would have gotten an extra copy to give away on the stream. Just making everybody feel sad.
I am going to...
I don't want to use livestock. I got the livestock so I can make babies. I don't want to spend one immediately. Plus, what I did will set me up really nicely for what I want to do next turn. So, it works out in the end.
Actually, I'm gonna hunt game, even though I only have 1 bow. Okay, so
You don't want to do a snare?
I don't, because I want to take that crafting action.
You don't have enough meeples.
Next round. So 8. I want a low value, right? 6.
Yeah.
Please, Odin, bless my dice with your Odinacity.
It's an 8. It's an 8. So Steve fails. So as a consolidation consolation prize, he gets a bow and a wood. So here, have this bow, and I think you just get the wood from the supply.
And I don't get. So some of the actions you get a Viking back. For that one, I do not.
Do not know. Okay.
Good thing I wasn't counting on that to feed my people, because they would have been pissed.
There's the moose. So now we do income. I'm not gonna add anything to my board, which is probably gonna upset myself in the long run. But whatever. It's not a thing. So
I'm not also gonna add anything to my board, which is probably a bad idea.
So I get 2 money. Then animal breeding. So this is the cool thing. Gonna change cameras.
So that round, the reason I got 2 of each of these different types of food was so that I could, because they're unique, I could use 1 of each in the 2 following rounds.
Yes. So gonna make babies. So I have 2 sheep. So to get 1 pregnant, I just take the top one and I flip it, and now it's pregnant.
It was probably the easiest animal breeding I've ever had in a Rosenberg game.
Well, the cool thing is it's pregnant, and then the baby will happen next round.
Yep.
So, success. That was kind of the goal of that whole move for me. And then I'm going to feed my peepa.
Oh, I could have placed on this board.
Your mom could have placed on that board.
Okay, actually, you know what? Can I retcon Asterix game?
Sure.
I can cover that up, because it's everything to the left of that.
Yeah, I'm not
which
sure
means
how
I will
the
get.
income works on that board.
I would just get 2 income
But do you have to cover everything to the left?
of that.
Got it. To cover, okay.
So I'll still need to cover that and that to cover that. But. So it's interesting. It's making me money, but it's going to give me negative points at the end of the game, and a lot of them. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, I feasted. So we put that back. Nobody got any bonuses still, which is the next thing. We take one off of that, one off of that, and we do a new mountain board, which we don't really have space for.
Here, I'll move these lovely ducks.
So now we have these two. Okay, so mountain board's done. Get all your Vikings back. And then that's the round, and Steve has the moose. Steve, you got the moose.
Oh, and I get a new Viking.
Well, we all do.
Yep.
So we get the new Viking. We
Harvest
harvest 1 through 2.
Harvest.
So we get peas, flax, beans, and wheat.
What I find interesting about the wheat is there's no board action to get wheat, so you can only get wheat through the 1 to 2 and 1 to 3 harvest action.
I think there's a board. Faroe Islands has wheat on it.
No, it's flax. One of the backsides might though. Okay, so are we? Yep. Turning exploration boards.
So it's B this round, which is Faroe. Or no.
Yeah, it's B.
Because you took
So
B.
yeah, so B flips. Nobody gets that 2 money.
Well, then you
and
put
then Greenland. Yeah, I know.
On Greenland and Bear Island. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was that. Then we each get a weapon.
Zip one, and it's a sword. I got a bow.
And then we do actions, and Steve starts the actions. Hi, Zena. Are you excited for us?
Hi. No, sit. No, okay. I need to put my Vikings somewhere. Where am I going to put my Vikings?
I have some suggestions, but we try to keep this family friendly. So.
Vikings are family friendly.
Oh man, I was making thumbnails for this video, and I was trying to find like a Viking feast, and they were all highly inappropriate images. They're not highly inappropriate, but they're inappropriate for a thumbnail.
Let's do that.
The Viking, there were a lot of scantily clad women at these Viking feasts, which
5.
were not.
Nope. Let's do it again.
The body type of Viking.
2.
Women.
Yes. Doing my Viking noise. It's my Viking noise.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay 2 bows because I got a 2, so I pay 2 to get it down to 0, and then I get one of these adorable flat animals. Flat livestock, I call it, and then I get some meat. Oh no! I placed that on the board.
I was wondering when you were going to notice that. Yes.
Oh, and I actually had to place 2 Vikings to do that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna glare at you, and then I'm gonna place a snare.
I am converting that into that, which I need.
Oh
to do the action you wanted to do. Okay.
Alright, well I'm gonna use... let's do 2 Vikings to get 3 from a board. No. Let's just do 2 upgrades with 1 Viking. So I'm going to upgrade the flax to a meat, and then I'm going to upgrade this meat to that thing that you just prevented me from getting.
Yeah, I didn't prevent. I mean, it's.
So that's the thing I like about this game is, like, in another worker
there.
placement, it might be, oh, Tiffany took the only spot that I can use to get a resource, but in this game, it's like, oh my god.
Why do you think I was so happy you couldn't do the thing that you wanted to do?
So I'm actually going to see if there's a variant on BGG to let me invade another player's home board, because we're Vikings, right? Like, ugh. And I was start player too.
That's the best part. Words.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Your turn, babe.
I think it's time for war. 3 upgrades and 4 weapons. And more.
Well, 3 item upgrades. It's important. And they have to be
distinct things.
Well, yeah, you can't upgrade something to something to something to something.
So 2 snares, a harpoon, and a sword. And I get 3? Okay. So I'm gonna upgrade meat stuff into bones.
It's too easy, guys. Don't do it. It's too easy.
And then I'm gonna upgrade peas into. I didn't need to swap that. I gotta upgrade peas into that. And then I'm gonna upgrade, beans. And then I'm gonna upgrade peas into meat. Okay. It is Tiffany's turn to do things.
It is my turn to do things. So the whole reason I wanted this robe is because there's an occupation card I played a few rounds ago that was like, if you have this, you get 2 money. So this is just not gonna. That's just gonna live there for like the whole game. And then
oh my god, you have that?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I did 3, which means I can play an occupation card that I don't.
No, you get to draw 1.
Oh, this one's draw? Okay.
Yes. But remember, how many other occupation?
I just found the drunkard card that you
had. I had that yesterday, yeah. I had the drunkard and the one where you don't drink at feast. It was really... This
is great. Spoilers, because Tiffany already knows what it is. If you fail at rating with the drunkard card, you get mead.
You just get drunk. Can I have the explory boat? It's the official name.
What it's called.
It's the official name. It's the official name. Your turn. I'm so happy it's hot cocoa season. This is my favorite season by far. Autumn, I love autumn.
You're
Why?
You're hot cocoa season. What?
Uh-oh. The power was not actually plugged in, so the laptop has not been charging. So it was at 4%.
Oh, it was probably making the stream feel terrible.
Sorry, it was. I'm really sorry, everybody. Wow.
Yeah, sorry for red stream health. CPU is overtaxed.
Because...
just like these Vikings in my colony, they're going to be overtaxed by my taxation policies.
Do Vikings tax? How is that? Okay.
Okay, so...
Night, everybody!
3...
Or, not everybody. Sorry.
3 good upgrades.
Oh my goodness. Night, Madbona. Thanks
Night,
for tuning
Madbona.
in.
3 good upgrades. I'm going to upgrade this milk into cloth, and I'm going to upgrade this mead into oil, and then I'm going to upgrade a something into a something else. I mean, I can just not use an upgrade, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna spend 3 money and get a cow and a milk.
Don't have a cow. And I'm going to place 1 Viking on here, so I'm going to do the trade by boat action. So I'm going to spend 1 money. Also, can I talk about how amazing it is that the money tokens are just little, like, groups of money?
So this is 4.
That's 4, and then 8 is 8.
No, it's 10.
Oh, it's 10?
It's 10.
I'm not good at math. But I think it's probably the only game I've played where it's, like, it's the actual physical size of the money.
Because there's so many things where you're like, I need 2 money. And then also, when you put money on your board, you can just be like, I'm rich! I'm just gonna drop this giant chunk of change.
Money is 1 victory point, so there's no, like, covering up 10 -1s with the 10 money is, like, a wash, so you can just do it and not worry about it. So I paid 1, so I'm going to convert all of these unique goods that are greens into blues.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one. It's a good one.
You're good.
I try. So I'm going to get the moose because I'm going last, and I'm going to explore Greenland. Greenland, please.
And get 4 monies, 4 silvers. What?
Greenland is mine. I shall put it here. Conveniently located to my home boat. Okay. So I get some moose.
Yep.
Income phase. I don't have
So we can now do placementy things.
anything I want to place. So I'll just get 2 income. Is the stream health better? Was it bad? How's it looking out there, everybody? How's it looking? Because the computer... Oh, it's not freaking out as much anymore. Put a coin.
Okay, I'm going to spend another one.
You can get... I mean, you're going to get another one in income phase. I'm going to wait till bonus phase. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so income, Steve gets 6. Good shenanigans.
Total shenanigans.
Totes shenanigans. And then we do animals. So my cow becomes pregnant, and then the sheep that was pregnant is no longer pregnant because she had a sheep. Yeah. It was probably us because my laptop turns out was not plugged in, so it was at really low energy, so it was doing bad things. So should be better now. So it was animals. So now we do feasting. So.
Bloop. Bloop. Oh, right. Feast happens after income. No, I miscalculated.
I mean, you can take the thing off if you want.
Do we? Yeah. Okay. So I'm spending 2 silver because this fish I would have had to use vertically because there isn't enough physical room for it in the feast. You picky Vikings.
And I am good to go on the feasting. Though I'm debating if I want to use milk or beans.
Oh, I would have upgraded that with my free upgrade when it was upgrade time, but I didn't.
You didn't?
I made that choice to not do a thing which would have been better.
Yep. Oh! So, putting all the things we fed in. Bonuses. I think Steve is the first one to get a bonus. He gets a mead. No, an oil. Yeah, you get an oil.
I get an oil. Yep.
I'm looking forward to having bonuses from like multiple different
Mountains are done. So now we're going to put out a new mountain tile. Don't. I can't use the mouse upside down.
Oh, this goes away then, right? Or did you?
No, I
already
already
pull
did it.
Okay.
Stop helping. You're not helping.
You still helping.
Alright, so there's that. There's that. There's that. There's that.
Now,
There's that.
the sound effect isn't in the rules, but it's
Should be.
it's encouraged.
And then we get our Vikings. There's no harvest this round. The seaboard, which you have, flips, so we don't flip anything. Everybody gets a new weapon. I get another
I get a sword!
spear.
It was a sword! It's Sword Christmas. It's basically Sword Christmas.
Okay.
I like Sword Christmas.
Actions time. So, there's a thing that I want. Ha ha ha. Okay. I am going to build this city.
You built
Build
this city?
this city on rock and roll. Build this city. No. I'm gonna put one worker. Oh! I had that in the thingy at time of feast, so I get 2 money. More money for me.
That's stupid.
You're the worst. Cool. Yeah, so I'll do that and get 2 wood. Your turn, sir. You may go.
A fish, a flax, and a silver.
So, chit chat, McGat. I don't know. Oh, we haven't announced it. So Thursday, we are going to be streaming Great Western Trail. So we were flip-flopping between which of those games would be today versus the next day we stream this week. But it makes more sense for Great Western Trail to be on Thursday. So we haven't.
Okay.
Do you want to announce it?
We should keep that under the radar.
We're okay. We're going to keep that under the radar. I was going to invite Ari. Because they couldn't make it this week. / I forgot to invite them. But then I did invite them. And they were like, my parents are in town. And I was like, oh, okay.
Isn't that it? Never mind. Oh no, it's my parents aren't home. That's the mean.
Yeah. Okay. So now that I did a thing, I'm going to put a dude there, and I'm going to spend 1 wood to get a whaling boat. Whaley, whaley, whaley.
Yeah, you have to actually whale when you take the whaling boat.
How many people knew what the whaley, whaley, whaley came from?
Not me.
You don't. It's an audiobook, because I don't think it's written that way in the book. Okay. Anyway, Great Western Trail, Thursday. With John, because John's going to teach it to us.
Flax into clothy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Next Tuesday, the stream for next Tuesday is planned. And then I think next Thursday, we'll either let John pick or we'll do a poll. So yeah. This weekend, I was thinking we might do a special stream. I forgot it was Novlomo. I keep forgetting that it's Novlomo. Okay, sorry. I'm just going to vlog while on the stream. It's really awkward.
Is that vlogception or streamception?
I have to do a montage for the vlog while I'm streaming. That's going to be really tough. Where's the GoPro? Can you give me the GoPro? Yeah. I don't want to do this with a cell phone. Okay.
Pointing at yourself as a cell phone?
Oh. So, as an anytime action, you can buy boats.
I don't know if that has a battery that works.
We'll find out. You can buy boats as an anytime action. So... No. Oh, battery's not dead. It's gonna be. So, I am going to spend 5 money, which is probably overpaying, for another whaling boat, which
probably overpaying.
I can't reach right
I thought
now.
whaling boats were 3 money.
Oh, they are 3. I way overpaid. But I still can't reach it. So I get the whaling boat, and it's great. And it goes right here. This is where I'd put the whaling boat if I could reach it. And then for my actual action, I'm going to go whaling. So this whaling spot, let me put, we're streaming. We're streaming! So the whaling spot is every whaling boat that you have, I have 2 now, give me the ore that you have on the, no, sorry. Oh, I could buy 2. Oh, sure, I'm gonna buy 2. Let's up this whaling enterprise, because I don't have any ore. So, I now have 3 whaling boats. So every coal that you have on a whaling boat is essentially +1, because in whaling, no, you still want negative. You want a low number in whaling, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All hunting is low.
Cool. So I'm going to roll the blue die, which is a d12, this round, and I'm going to try and get a 0. But I basically start at -3, which is awesome. And whaling, I can use wood, which I have 1 left, or I can use spears to subtract.
Whaling is great.
So that's a 6. That's a 9. Last roll. It's a 1!
Yeah, whaling feels really satisfying because the tokens you get have a large area compared to the other types of, like, hunting or gathering. And you're like, I got a whale!
Mother trucker! So with whales, I get empty bones, oil, and I get what's called real meat. But I think it's just whale meat. It's just a big chunk of meat.
Oh, that's on, like, hooks. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
because
I was
it's
wondering,
the hide
yeah.
of the whale. Yeah.
Looks like little
that
tofu
was
blocks.
3 workers, which I get an occupation card. If I had failed in my whaling endeavor, I would have gotten a new spear, a new wood, and I would have gotten 2 of my workers back from that endeavor. So there we go. Oh, you're already pregnant. That's not helpful.
Hey.
What? Okay. Steve's gonna take his turn. I'm gonna vlog. I guess I'll just...
2 workers to get 3 resources. So 1 of each of these. And then 1 upgrade, and I'm gonna upgrade fish into this thingy. Yeah.
It is Tiffany's turn to go.
I don't know what I want to do. He's gonna record
Okay,
it.
well then it's my turn.
No! It's not how it works. So I could totally feed people this round, but I don't want to feed them stupid things. I am still
Can
kind
food
of
be
rich.
stupid? Or is it your decision to feed them all of that whale meat that would be stupid?
That, I feel, would be the stupid thing. So I have 3 sheep now. So interesting enough, I could go and get a bunch of wool for 3 meatballs. Or I could spend 4 dudes, go over here, get a silver, a spice, and everything nice. And then I also get a milk, 2 milk if I have a cow, and I do have 2 cows in fact. And then I get a wool if I have a sheep, and I do have sheep. So I get a bunch of stuff for spending my 4 dudes. And I get to play an occupation card. So I'm going to play the Tanner card, which is I can convert salted meat to pelts whenever I want, which I'm not sure how helpful that's going to be, but they are victory points at the end of the game, so...
Okay, so you're kind of like...
I'm going to move these over here.
You're like trading down, but it's something you can place. So.
Yeah. If I don't need the food. Okay, Steven.
Alright, well I want to do the silly action, which is convert the cloth and the small hide into a robe.
So, Hector in the chat asks, or he says it's great that we're going to be playing Great Western Trail, and we actually haven't played it yet. John has played it. Steve and I have not played Great Western Trail yet.
Turn.
So, we will see if we enjoy it. Our Essence stack, I gotta edit that Essen haul video. Our Essence stack is, like, up to my chin if we put it all on, and we've been trying really hard to play through everything. And quite honestly, if it's a bigger game, we save it for the stream because we don't often have that amount of time to carve out. Plus, John, we're so spoiled. John teaches games really well, and he learns a ton of games. And so we are totes spoiled, and we wait to play games that John will teach us.
Yep.
So if it's a bigger game and it takes a while to learn and parse the rulebooks, and Stronghold rulebooks are notoriously awful, we wait for John.
I mean, I wouldn't say awful.
Not great.
Yeah. So, what is my favorite Pfister game? He's done Oh My Goods.
Mm-hmm. Port
Royal and
Isle of Skye.
Isle of Skye.
Mombasa. Great Western.
Great Western. I think because of the ones I've played, which I've played Isle of Skye, Oh My Goods, Mombasa, and
I'll do this one.
Haven't played Great Western or Port Royal. I'd say it's probably between Mombasa and Oh My Goods. I'd probably lean to Oh My Goods because it's like you can play it anywhere. It's fun. Mombasa is, there's more to it, and I've only played it once. So I'd say Oh My Goods is my favorite Pfister so far.
So I'm doing the I put it on this camera because I'm doing the trading action, which lets me switch as many green tiles as I want that are unique to the blue side. So I got to flip three greens to blue, which will help me in covering Greenland and my home board. Oh, the girls are now out of water.
So
completely.
one thing I like about this game is this space is the same action as Tiffany's, which is the same pay 1 money, any number of greens into a blue, but it costs 2 Vikings and it's otherwise identical. In a lot of worker placement games we've played, or not a lot of my favorite Rosenbergs, there will just be one action or a similar action because you're always spending just one worker. So because you can spend multiple workers, this one is strictly worse. I can still do the action if Tiffany gets to that one first. It's just less efficient slightly. So, I don't know. I like that a lot.
I think that's a standard Rosenberg. I think that's a standard Rosenberg.
Well, it's a standard Rosenberg, but because it can be the same action for more workers, whereas for another Rosenberg, it's like I'm taking a different space, which gets me less things for my one worker. Yeah. This one is I just have to spend more workers, so it's like a different dimension. All right, so it was no harvest. I don't really have a lot of goods. I need to use my 3 workers to generate some amount of food. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go here. So pay 2 good to get 2 silver to get 2 salted meat. It's efficient in terms of workers, if not.
This might not be. Oh, you just died. Okay.
Sorry, I'm like, whoa, that's the wrong camera. Same.
Interesting. That one has the thing.
Oh, you placed. I was waiting for you to go.
Zena, you just drink water from the other water bowl. You don't have to wait for that one. I like Sko a lot.
Just go here, get peas and a silver. These are not great actions that I'm taking, but single silver. Yeah, this game is very. The mechanics support the experience very well. I can feel around in the bowl for what denomination of money I'm getting. Like, I don't even need to look at it, which is great. Okay, last worker is going to be spent. Let's raid, because I'm going to pay 1 silver to use the tutor, which is I can play the drunkard, so failed raiding, I get a mead. So I could intentionally fail this raid. And, oh, I don't have the raiding boat. I can't do this. I can't do anything. Whatever, I played the silver to play that. Cheating alert.
Yeah.
Offline!
It says we're healthy. Oh, I don't know.
Offline? Oh, I don't know what happened.
I don't know. It said we were green. You maybe just like needed to. Maybe Google just wanted to reset it. I don't know. It was really weird. Well, that's awkward. How long have we been offline? Huh.
I'm just gonna go here to get 2 upgrades. So I'm gonna do the red into the claw.
But now it's the stream health is good, so.
And then I'm gonna do this robe into the whole shed load of silver. Okay. Alright. Let's do things.
I have no idea what happened. But it's resumed it under the same stream, so that's good. I don't know. That's really weird. You done?
Yeah.
Move that over. You get the moose! Yay, I got the moose. Alright. Income phase. And I have a bunch of blue stuff. So, So I think I'm going to take that. I'm going to do that there.
I'm gonna do...
I feel like, we never looked at, do you have to build left? Is that like in the rules? For the islands? And the income?
No.
How do you cover them?
To cover an income space, you have to have everything to the left and below it. So you can build around it, you just can't cover that income space.
Are you sure?
Yes. Because we did it last night with the awesome
But that one's different. These ones are different.
Yeah.
Because they have the rows. I don't know if that persists on these boards.
Yeah, I think that's just because...
You know what we could do is instead of debate, we could look in the rules.
Yeah, no, this is just because it's a giant block. This, it's easy to tell because the islands are weird shapes.
The islands are weird shape. According to the same rules. Yeah, you're right. Alright, there you go. Thank you. Interesting. So that means I could... Oh. That's really annoying.
Okay. I'm going to place this here.
Yeah, it's really pillaging.
Swap this out.
I don't have enough... Oh my goodness, it's this late in the game and we haven't pillaged it all? We're gonna have a horrendous storage.
I don't even have any red boats. Well, because we're doing, like, exploration. But...
Of the game and the mechanics.
So I'm going to go there. I'm going to place this here. Place that there. Which means I can drop this big-ass silver thing, and now Iceland gets me 7 income.
Well, I'm going to do that on this board. Dang. When did you get the big thing?
I did one of my upgrades. I just converted that robe I got with that crafting into silver.
Yeah, it might be worth it for me to not hang on to this robe for that long. Okay. Well, I get 3 income. Which is basically the whaling boats I bought. Then I get...
Okay, so I'm going to get 9 income. So I'm actually just going to take this 10 and put a 1 back.
And I get a
sheep.
Awesome. Get a sheep pregnant. Get a cow.
Is that conditional? Get a sheep pregnant, get a cow? I don't think that's how that works.
But here's the thing. I think I can just eat any sheep. I don't think I have to eat the one that's on top. Because she's pregnant. Which would suck. So... I'm going to eat a sheep this round.
I'm actually going to need to spend 1 money. So
because I have enough.
Let's break this.
And then I'm going to do...
Let's break this 10 into 2 4s and 2 2s.
Peas and...
The other thing about this game, because it's a placement thing, feeding is actually kind of fun instead of just being I'm taking resources out of my pool and I feel like I'm arranging a little banquet. It's silly, but it makes the feeding feel a little less like trivial.
No, maybe.
Like feeding is fun. You're like, okay, I'm going to use different goods and I'm going to try to do an efficient arrangement of goods instead of just being like, oh, I have 3 workers, I need to spend 6 grain. Or I need to convert the grain into bread and I can use it. Like, it feels fun rather than being a total chore.
Okay. So, I fed...
Bonuses!
Yeah, you get bonuses.
I get
excited.
oil, ore, stone, and fish.
I get nothing.
Oh, that's sad. I'm glad I'm not your colony of Vikings.
That's so mean. Okay, cool.
They had Schadenfreude back then. They just didn't know. They didn't have the German word for it because they weren't a Germanic. They were Nordic.
You're Nordic. Oh, right. During the feast, I get more money. No, I get money. Okay. Vikings come back. Yoink. Cool. Yay. Okay. Then we get new Vikings. So this is the penultimate round. This is the second to last round. Harvest 1 through 3. So we get cabbages, peas, beans, etc.
I'm just going to do mine to keep it straight. It's 1 through 3.
Yeah. Can you give me a wheat?
Yes.
So I can't really reach. Okay. Sweet. Now we're going to flip boards. We're going to flip the D board, which I
think you explored.
I took the D board. I took the D. And then
this stream is like right
but we
on
still
the line.
we still put the coins on. I don't think we did that last round. We did not.
Okay, so
they each need 2. 2 sets of 2.
Okay, was one already flipped? No.
Yes, they both should be flipped by now.
Oh, this is the A and the B. So yeah, you're right.
Okay. And then Steve's turn. Guess you only have 1 Viking.
Did I not spend my last Viking?
No, that's the one you just pulled.
Ah, using those rules knowledge again.
Weapon.
Of course, it's a snare.
Weapon. Sword.
I'm gonna lay a dang snare because I have so many snares.
I mean, might as well.
7. Okay, let's lay another snare. 7. Let's lay a 3rd snare. The odds of rolling 3 7s in a row are on a D8. On a D6, it's like 1 in 180.
Yeah,
1 in
short
180 something.
Okay, on that delightful note, he gets a Viking back. Can you spend it?
Is it wood?
6, 7. You can do it if you empty everything.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I don't care. And I get 1 snare back. So I spent 5 snares.
I was trying to give it about 10 Viking. Okay, so you don't get that back.
But
you do get a big pelt and a snare card.
I get a big pelt. That was silly. But what else am I going to use those snares for? I mean, really. Or that wood. It's not like I need to use that to build boats to emigrate to... Oh my god, everything's the worst.
Yep.
I'm going to drink more.
Okay. I invested so much in my whaling hobby industry, I really feel like I should go whaling again. Whaley. 10. That's not good. 9. That was a 6, but still 7. Well, okay, so I'm at 3. So I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I spend everything on whaling, I made fun of him, and then I did the same thing. So I get an oil, a bones, and a whale meat. Sure. Just been really good.
Ichi's going. Will this result in bad things?
No. Typically not.
Okay, take it.
Ichi, no.
Ichi, good girl. Ichi.
Ichi.
Come here. Yeah, you were really good. You were really good.
Okay.
Sit.
So that was my whaling.
Oh.
Steve's turn to feel the burn.
Ichi, you had some cardboard in your mouth. I got it out.
Where was she eating cardboard?
It was just on the floor.
Steve's turn to feel the burn. She's like, that treat was not a chewy, Dad. I guess you can give her a new one, too. She won't really work on it very much. Give her a small one.
Ichi, you were very good.
So basically, I have 2 rounds to just try and get all of the blue and green things I can. So, I'm going to work on that strategy, because I have 2 boards to fill.
It's my turn, right?
Yeah. And, yeah.
I'm going to spend 3, which
I
lets me
draw an occupation card for
draw an
doing
occupation
the thing that I did.
What? Okay, well that goes to my hand. So I can forge. So I can forge anything. Did you say this one was a misprint? You can't.
It's forged.
You shouldn't be able to forge that because it's on the top.
No, you can. It's got the thing. Whatever has the forceps, you can forge.
But you're saying something.
That one you can forge and you can pillage. It's the rosary. No. There's a few of them that you can do either.
Okay, there was one you were saying up here that was like a misprint or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that one.
It's this one.
But you can forge it and you can pillage it.
Right.
It's both.
You're saying it's a misprint, but it's a valid because they're not going to errata out the misprint.
I don't know. The thing just said it was a misprint. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know why it's a misprint, in their opinion. I don't know what they... Okay. I just know that
I'm just wondering if it's valid, because sometimes they're like,
valid.
It's a misprint, you can't, or it's a misprint.
I don't know why, but you can.
Okay.
Steve is pillaging. No, he's not. He's forging.
I am forging my own path.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to take this one. And my axe. Okay, your turn.
It's not like Grabzar's axe or anything.
No. Wasn't that Grabthar's hammer?
Yeah, I think it was, actually.
Everything is wrong. All my Vikings are going to starve.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to starve so much as, just really not do well at scoring. Okay, I'm going to do this action, which is 4, which means I get to play an occupation card. So I didn't play that one yet. I'm going to play this one, which is the breeder. It's an instant. I get to make a cow pregnant. It's a little awkward, but I do it. I just artificially inseminate, essentially. And then I get a spices and 2 milks, which I already have a lot of. And I get a wool, milk, bones, get spicy sometimes. And milk. Okay, your turn.
I'm gonna get 3 resources and an upgrade, so that's 3 wood, and I'm gonna upgrade this fish to a tiny pelt. No. 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 I'm gonna upgrade this cabbage to a meat. Your turn.
Okay. Cry deeply and openly.
You gonna cry havoc?
No, but I do enjoy the game. I'm going to go here to upgrade 2 items, and I'm going to upgrade this whale. What? Oh, sorry. This whale meat into a cloaky thing. And then I'm going to upgrade. I get 2. I'm going to upgrade this.
Oh, that's a good space saving tip.
What's the space saving tip?
Just put all of these small tokens into the second row, and then put the money in here. So 1s, 2s, 4s, and 10. And yeah.
No, it doesn't work. I like our money bowl, though.
No, thanks to the errata checking that it's valid. It's in the official errata. Cool. That the cross you can both forge or pillage according to the official errata.
It's just that it's in the wrong place on the board. I think that's the only error. Yeah. So I get to do another upgrade, and I'm trying to debate what I want to upgrade because I have so much milk. It's an insane amount of milk.
So you mentioned this before. So 1, 2, 3 is the max is 3,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Gosh. I think I'm gonna upgrade this cloak. No, I just have so much milk. So much milk. I guess I'll upgrade this cloak into, or the whale meat into another cloak.
Alright, I'm gonna go hunting game. Rolling the orange die and try and make it a low value. 2. Alright.
That's pretty low value.
So I'm gonna spend a bow and a wood. And then I'm gonna get a tiny pelt and a tiny meat. I guess, well, it's not a tiny meat. It's like a medium sized meat. Alright, turn.
Mm-hmm. To just cry openly. I have 3 workers left, and I could do
I should have done different upgrades. So.
a few things. The one thing I really want to do.
Oh my god, did you take the 2 upgrades for a single Viking?
Yeah. Pay attention before you place your Vikings, dude.
You pay attention before you place my Vikings.
I mean, if you let me place your Vikings, I'll place your Vikings. You won't like it, but I'll do it.
I like the plundering action. You just need 2 warboats. You don't have to actually roll or do anything. It's just like if you have 2 warboats, you just like extort and get all the silver. Like you don't even have to fight or try to fight for it.
Yeah, they just hand it to you.
Yeah, they're like, maybe you don't fight us. We give you all this silver. It's cool. We'll call it even.
It's really interesting. Well, I definitely want to do this action before you can. But I don't think you really want to do it. I think you're just making that sound make that sound. So I'm going to upgrade all of these things, including my big fancy row, because I don't really care that much about the money anymore.
Cool. Say that.
Your turn. While you go, I'm gonna sit here and play Tetris with myself. Oh, hey, Lyft's here, guys. I hate Lyft.
Why does it do that?
Because they have decided that they get to send me notifications about sales. They're trying really hard to not die.
We don't even have a boat. Why would they send us notifications about sales? That's like total mismarketing. I don't know. I'm not interested in sails without a boat to put them on. Silly.
It's your turn. Whoa. That was a chewy.
That was a crunch.
So we're using the laptop camera. Jennifer wanted to know what the camera setup was this game. We're using the laptop camera for the camera on us. We have this one, which is my player camera, and then we have
use one Viking to take
the overhead
2
camera.
silver and then turn that oil into a runestone.
Okay. Cool. Ugh.
Then I have 1 single Viking left. All the single Vikings.
All the single Vikings.
All the single Vikings.
All the single Vikings. Put your hands up.
Yeah.
We apologize for nothing.
Yeah. This game. I'm gonna turn a flax.
This game, everybody.
I'm gonna craft a flax into a cloth. Okay. Everything's in place.
I don't have the things that I would need to do the things that I want to do. I mean, I guess I could do that. But I need that to do that. So I'm going to do that again. My brain is exploding! It's imploding! Okay. I'm going to put my 2 meeples here, and I'm going to do the 3 upgrade thingy. So I'm going to upgrade 3 of these milks to 3 wool. Okay. Okay. Hey, get the moose! Because that was the last to go. Get the moose, get the moose. Okay, and now it's income time. So now we're both going to stare at our boards for a little while. You guys, you at home, just watch. Before you buy a boat, you need to know one thing that all boat owners need to know, and that is how big is your backyard? Very nice, very good. Our backyard could fit a boat. Not a ship, a boat, I think. Cool. So we're gonna do this camera so you guys can see me horribly placing things.
Nope, that's not a valid play.
Okay, so you can cover goods that are totally not covered, so I could do that, but I don't have a thing that would go well there, and I kind of want that. Last game I had like a lot of rune stones, which were very, very helpful. And I'm realizing now that rune stones are awesome. I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna convert that into 4 silver. And then this is horribly inefficient, but I have to do this because I wanted to cover that.
I'm gonna do that.
7.
And this. And then just fumbling around at our boards. Do that. You're pretty good at patchwork.
I'm gonna spend
Plays
one.
this game. I'm horrible at patchwork.
Spend one because I can cover that now. So hooray! So I will get 11 income.
Why did I think that this was a good idea?
So like last game when it was second to last round, I had like most of my main board filled in. This I'm like, oh, I got Iceland filled in. My main board is just like barren.
Yeah, I'm working on Greenland right now, and it might be a mistake in the long run.
2, 4, so
I need to
9,
break out
1, 2,
money.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
A lot of
8,
money
9.
to-
Okay, so I could drop 2 silver for the feast.
Can
So
do that.
let's do that.
Oh my god, I have to do that.
But I will get
Get
11
4
income.
income. I can bring apart more coins. I don't need the coins. Okay. I am ignoring my home board for Greenland, and it's...
For Greenland!
Yeah.
Actually,
I think I want to do that.
actually, that's a good point.
So
We
get
could
one.
demolish the shed garage in the backyard and put a boat there.
Great. Thanks, everyone, for giving him ideas. Thanks. Oh, man, I can almost fill Greenland.
Hey, we
my
already
goods.
tied a sail to the garage.
Yeah. That went really well.
Yeah, we had a sunshade tied to the garage. There was a really bad storm when we were out of town, and then it basically pulled the overhang off our garage. So we did have a sail on the garage. Now we just need to make it, seaworthy. Just put a hull around it.
How much do I want to turn Greenland into just everything? I think the answer is I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna spend all my silver to basically fill Greenland almost completely. I think. So I get 7 income from Greenland. And then over here on my home board, which, is just a swathing, giant, massive negative points, I'm not doing anything.
I think we're going to do worse than we did yesterday.
I think we are going to do worse. It was really bad. I'm just going to do that. Great, so I get 10 income. Look at that beautiful giant shit of income. Just boom, baby. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, and then we feed people. Oh, all my cows have babies.
Right.
And my sheep.
I fed people.
Arrgh. Baby sheeps. Baby
sheeps.
cows. Boom. Success. And now I feed people.
I went to Feast Town.
You already feasted?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm definitely gonna eat some animals this round because they cover more space than coins, which was something I didn't do in the first game and I should have.
They
So
cover
it
more
could-
space than coins?
Yeah, so
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like the sheep is worth 2 points, which is 2 coins, but they cover 4.
Oh,
things.
that's why they're efficient. So it's 2 coins, or you can cover 4 spaces. I get it.
Yeah. So I feast.
Take that, Odin.
And it's all good? Question mark? Okay. Okay. So, well, that still works. Okay. Bonuses. I actually get bonuses. I get a mead. And I get a fish. And I get a whale meat. So I get fish. And I get a big ol' hunkin' chunk of whale.
You have the moose, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I took the moose.
Oh, bonuses. Oil. And a fish.
So,
And a stone and an ore.
doing mountain passes.
And then a mead. It's not bad.
Okay.
I need to get that home board, which is like drop resources on.
You should just get it.
Yeah.
It's... how many points? It's 8 points.
Yeah, it's just 8 points. And I could fill almost the whole thing, so.
Okay. Hello, person that said hi. I can't see your username, but hello. Okay. Okay. That's the round.
Placed Vikings.
Key. Hello, Key. Okay. So this round we have all of our Vikings, but we also have all of this stuff to do, which is great. It's just wonderful, everyone.
Alright, go Miss Moose.
Don't tell my moose what to do.
Oh, you had all of this.
Yeah.
Okay, so harvest, which we don't do. Place silver on the exploration boards. Realistically, we are probably not gonna take these.
Yeah. And then draw weapon
Here,
cards.
I'm just gonna put a 4 on this one and then a 2 on that one.
I get a bow.
I get a sword! Spear.
Okay. And now we go, and I have to figure out how to cover this giant swath of negative points. Bye key, or no, hi key. Why did I think that said I am really stressed right now? I'm just really freaking out, everybody.
Well, you don't have to worry about feeding your workers.
I don't really have to. I have a lot of food. Okay. I have a lot of food and a lot of money and not a lot of anything else. Okay. So I'm going to put one worker here and get these two. That's my first turn. Your turn, Steve. This is the final round, and it's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking. Steve and I don't do well at this game. This game is going to stay out when we're not streaming, and we're just going to play.
1 wood to get a whaling boat.
Whaley.
Goes in the harbor.
Ah. Okay, I'm going to spend 3 dudes to spend a thing to forge, which I'm not actually sure is worth it. Actually. Oh. Is it worth it? Oh. I don't actually know if it's worth it. But I'm going to forge, and so I'm going to forge the thing that takes up the most space I can, which might be the hammer? Is the hammer the biggest on the forging map? Or is that weird fishhook thing the biggest?
The forge and this are the same coverage.
It's just different layouts.
Yeah.
They're
both 9.
I think I want the... I think I want the hammer. Can I see the hammer? Let me see it. Oh, you took the axe.
I did.
Trash heap.
I don't think you have to deal with, like, refuse in this.
Yeah, okay, I took the axe. Or the hammer. Okay, your turn.
Okay, speaking of mistakes, I'm gonna go whaling!
Oh, that's right, you can upgrade cows?
What?
Why have I never thought that I could upgrade cows?
And my
I also got an occupation card.
my god, just with the whaling boat. I want whaling. I want whaling.
The card I just got is amazing.
Holy moly, I got the whale meat, I got the skin and bones, I got the oil.
I don't think I can play it.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay. It is Tiffany's turn. Oh, I did 3, so I draw an occupation card.
Oh my god. I didn't realize you could upgrade cows.
Oh yeah, you can totally upgrade sheep and cows. I was wondering why you haven't been doing that. You just upgrade them all into green. And then they don't even have to touch, you can just cover negatives.
What was that? That was a weird noise. Oh, you're making the bark.
Wait, what?
Oh, is that not you?
No.
What is that?
I don't know.
Creepy. Okay. Ichi, is that you?
No, there's...
Sorry about that. Trash day is the best day to stream because Ichi barks when people put their bins out. She's not gonna come. She's learned that trick. That would be an amazing combo. So I have a card in my hand that's really awesome and I want to play it, but I don't know if it's actually worth it to actually play. Yeah, it might be. I think it's worth it. Okay, so I'm going to go there. I'm going to spend an ore to get a money and play one of the occupation cards I have. So I'm going to play this one, which is Merchant. When I do the upgrade slots, I can do a double upgrade with one of them. Nuts. That's my turn.
I am going to do 2 Vikings on pillaging. And you're like, pillaging? Steve, you don't have any boats. I'm going to pay a silver to get Shipbuilder. Shipbuilder says I can turn a whaling boat and 2 money into a warboat. And, oh, sorry, stack of boats.
Stack of boats dead.
And then I'm going to pillage, which is blue die. And I got an 8. I want to get high, right?
Yes.
How high do I want to get? Super high?
It depends on what you're getting.
I'm going to roll again and mess up. 9.
So it depends on what you want to pillage.
Do I push my luck? Let's see, I can add 6. 6 and 9.
Oh, you're going
15.
for the crown?
I'm totally going for the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Totally I want that crown. But really, do I want to be greedy? Oh, I should have added my ore to that to make that better. But I can't do that now, right? I gotta do it before I roll.
Yeah, I do it before the roll.
I gotta arm the boat before I send it out pillaging.
Yep, you've sent it out.
But
I mean, you have one more roll, right?
I'll just get this, which is only 1 square worse.
Alright.
So I spend all of my stone and then both swords, both S words.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to send 2 to here and spend. It's the 6th round, so I have to spend 6 money to immigrate that boat. Steven.
My turn. I'm going to spend this for 2 and get 2 upgrades. So I'm going to upgrade the whale meat into the robe, and then I'm going to upgrade the fish into the pelt.
I'm going to do the 4 upgrade.
Yep.
I get a card. Interesting. Okay.
And then
I'm done! So I get to upgrade 4 things, and one of them I can do as a double upgrade. So I'm going to upgrade 2 cows, and I will upgrade this milk, and I will upgrade this whaling meat, and I will double upgrade one of the cows. So the cow is that, and then I have one of these, and then I have one of these, and yes. So that is a blue. And these are all greens. Just gonna like preemptively feed myself so I don't screw up my food.
I'm gonna spend a silver. Oh boy. Silver change. Spend a silver, any number of greens into blues, or any number of unique greens. So those greens all turn into blues. To turn.
Actually, worth it. I do that instead. Okay. I'm gonna spend these 2 here and do 3 upgrade, and with the card I played, I get to do another double thingy. So I'm gonna upgrade another cow and the sheep, and I have to do this fish. Yes. Yes. And I'll double upgrade the cow. So the cow is that. The sheep is that. And the fish is that. Okay. You'll get the moose. But it's your turn. And I'm going to sit here and play Tetris while you take your last turn.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to put 3 ore on my warboat. 3 are going pillaging. 12! Ah! 12 and 3 is a total of 15, which gets me one of these. Also, I got an occupation card. Alright, and then you're out of Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
So I will use my last Viking. I was going to do something.
I'm realizing now all these big awesome tokens I got are not very helpful in the fight against negative points because of stupid income blocks. Oh, that's frustrating. I need that.
That's actually not bad. I'm going to go here, take a good, which is silver, and then get an upgrade, and then upgrade my meat into really awesome looking bones. And then I get the moose, yeah, which you gave me, which doesn't matter. But we don't get income in the last round, right?
Correct.
So...
Which actually doesn't help that much.
So I spend a whole bunch of silver on feeding, but that's fine. And then we do the placement.
Yeah.
Oh, I spend a silver. Spend a silver to pay the miller, which is 3 victory points at the end of the game. Which the ability doesn't matter. If you feast, then if you have 1 or 2 grain in your supply, you get 1 or 2. I don't really care about that.
Oh, I can't do that there.
Oh, wholesaler, 4 upgrades. All these goods must have been the same type. I should have actually read that card. That would have been nice. And smart.
I did all those things to upgrade things, and like, they won't even fit on my board. This poor sheep could still be a sheep, which is 2 points. So I basically burned 2 points by getting these big hunking tiles, which to cover negatives, which actually didn't help me that much in the end. Because the stupid coin things. Damn you, Rosenberg!
Yeah, so I'm just going for covering negative points because I don't really care about income. We don't get bonuses anyway, so it's really just fighting the negative points fight.
Yeah, which I am also doing a bit horribly, but
Which, yeah, this is not great.
think I'd cover more negative with that. And then I can dump all of my money on these negative points. Guys, this is not good. This is not good. Look, it's not good. No one judge me. I mean, you're judging me anyway. It's fine. Just quietly judge me, please. Look,
Then this
look,
is dumb.
Greenland is done.
I should have covered negative points with my giant axe.
I should have kept my stupid sheep because I have this sheep now that totally is useless, and I. Can we asterisk game? Can I turn this back into a sheep? Because I would have made a baby sheep, or a pregnant one at least.
You can't place that.
I can't place it because the income stuff.
Yeah. So if you win, it doesn't count, but you can turn it back into a sheep. That's
Sweet.
as asterisk games.
Sweet.
You know, people can undo their silly moves, but then their victories are hollow and don't count and are invalidated. What
you do. The bit in the rulebook about recording is just a suggestion if you don't need to take it to cover your board. But the funny thing is like it's the same amount of points, so I don't think it really matters.
If you needed it to feed. It would matter if you needed it to feed.
Yes, it would matter if you needed it to feed, but I don't need it to feed. Do you need it to feed?
I don't.
Yeah. Thank you for licking my pants, whichever dog is licking my pants.
Playing games on stream.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay, I made my sheep pregnant, and we feast. So this is done.
It goes away.
And then, do you want to
All the money.
get the score pad, and I will
Yeah, I tossed it.
get the pen.
Alright.
Here we
So,
go.
I pursued a different strategy than last game.
We both did, so it's an interesting one.
I didn't do husbandry, and I didn't really do whaling. I just did the whaling the once.
Okay. So, first things first. Ships. So points from ships. So I get 9 points from ships.
I get 13 points from ships.
So you get 13 points. Immigrations. I get 18 points.
I get none.
Exploration boards. So I think it's just the positives from exploration boards.
Yeah, so you get 12.
Yes. And you get
16.
because you took the C and I took the B. Okay, sheds and houses. Neither of us got sheds and houses this round, or this game. Sheep and cattle. I get 8.
I get none.
Because Steve didn't do sheep.
I didn't.
Occupations. I get 2, 4, 7.
I get 4. I think you're probably gonna get it.
I diversified a lot more this game. I have 0 silver floating around.
I also do. I just put it on my board.
Okay, and then we do final income. So my final income is 3 plus 8, so 11.
Mine is also 3 plus 8 because I didn't fill in spots on my main board.
Yeah. Okay, nobody got the English crown.
Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Thinking about it, I would have done this, so... Oh, no.
That doesn't... It gives you less points, yeah.
Well, yeah, it gives me less points.
Okay. Neither of us got the crown.
Is that its own line?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the English crown.
Yeah. Because Vikings. Okay, so then our positive subtotal. I like that they divide negative and positive subtotal. It's pretty great.
Yeah, your positive subtotal is going to be higher than mine for sure.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of negatives on the top of my board, so I think you got it.
Well, let's not count our chicks before they hatch. So that's 30, 45, 54 positive for me, which is 2 points more than my positive yesterday. I had more positive last time, but my negative was significantly larger than Steve's. So Steve, wow, 20 points, 31, 44? Yeah, you actually got less positive points than last game.
I did.
Yeah. Okay, negatives. So now we count up all the negatives on our home boards. So there's one here in the corner that I tried to hide from myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15.
No hope. I got 26.
I got minus 15. Steve has minus 26. Negatives from exploration boards. We both filled them, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Negatives from sheds and houses. No. And then negative thing penalties. No. So, Steve.
Yeah, I know. I was trying not to AP this game.
Yeah,
Asterisk game. I successfully didn't AP very much.
Yeah. So Steve is sitting at 28 points. And I have 39 points. Which
So
is better than my last game.
You did better than last game, and I did worse.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Okay, so, and this is really awkward because, like, the demo video that Miguel did, like, the scores of Miguel's, like, players, and he played all 3 characters in one game, were, like, in the 50s and 60s, and, like, so I win with 39 points. Steve gets second with 28 points. Our game from last night, I lost with 36 points, and Steve won with 45. So,
Yeah.
we're still definitely figuring this game out, but we really enjoy it. We really enjoy it. We are very big fans of Caverna. We like Agricola, but if given the choice between playing Agricola and Caverna, I will play Caverna probably 9 times out of 10.
That's one of the reasons we don't own the regular edition of Agricola. Like we have the family edition and all creatures big and small.
Yeah. So this, I like this. I wouldn't say I like it more.
Oh, Tanner.
I wouldn't say that I like it more than Caverna because it's very different from Caverna. Like, typically with Rosenberg games, I feel like you can compare them a lot more directly. Like, if we compare Le Havre with Agricola and Caverna with Agricola and...
Really, the unit of conversion is Agricola.
Well, Aura and Laura is a little different because it's got the Rondell thing. But a lot of the Rosenberg games that we have...
Fields of Arl,
you can kind of compare it to Agricola and, like, the stuff. But it's interesting because, like, this was in production before Fields of Arl.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I would say, actually, this feels more like Fields of Arl than maybe Agricola or Caverna.
Yeah.
Just in terms of, like, lots of actions,
well, no, but he's
pads.
been working on this for, like, 3 years. And it's really great, because this, like, mechanic of covering the boards, which we suck at, I really like it. Like, I understand now 100% why he designed not 1, but 2 additional games using this mechanic. Like, I want to design a game using this mechanic. It's just smart, and it's clean, and it works really, really well.
When someone else that we were talking to was pointing out that, like, it's using the same mechanic in different ways. Like, it's not just he made the same game at 2 players and at 4 players for Patchwork. Like, in Patchwork, you're trying to cover around spaces to maximize the score of a board. In Patchwork, you're trying to maximize your income with buttons while also getting points. And then Cottage Garden is about, like, efficiently placing so you can get points. And then this is about placing to keep spaces uncovered sort of in order. Like, you're trying to build your board in a direction, which is different than the other 2.
Well, and at the same point, you can see in the end, I was just like, I'm going to convert everything that I have that is huge into stuff. And that actually, like, wasn't as crazy helpful as I thought it was in the end. And if I had done that a few turns earlier, and then this turn I could have concentrated on getting the small stuff to fill in, I would have been a lot more effective at it, because it's easier to get the small things. So,
yeah, I burned a lot of silver filling Iceland in, and I guess it was good to not get the negative points and get the income from it, but I might have been better off spending that money on other stuff and then filling in my main board.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't have gone to Iceland, but that's a story for another day. But no, I'm glad I did the exploration, because, like, there's so many different paths. Like, I thought the exploration was fun to do because I didn't do that last time, even though I didn't win. Like, it was fun to try it.
Yeah. So it's...
What do you think about the suggestion of moving all these up one and doing the money?
I like the bowl.
Because I like that.
I like
is all.
I like it the way that it's originally intended. It's a great idea, and I actually did have the money in the tray at first because I thought I could fit all the animals in the single slots, and then I was like, I don't want the money there. So, yeah, I kind of like that all of these bowls we could keep close to this if we actually had the table space and not like a camera. Yeah, I really like this game. It is definitely unique enough in the realm of board gaming, even outside of Rosenberg games to me, that it's interesting. And as you can see from our scores, we definitely do not have it figured out. There are a lot of games that I can play and, like, I get amazing scores the first time I play. Like, which is really awesome. Sorry, Ichi's drinking water.
Yeah, I think, like, you will... There's often... Like, one of Tiffany's strategies when she plays a new game, especially Prototype, if she doesn't know the system, is, like, try to do the action that maximizes the most points on that turn. Especially in games that, like, have a kind of an action-to-point conversion. And in this game, a lot of the things you're getting are tiles that are preventing you from getting negative points, or you're using them to boost your income. So there isn't this, like, oh, I'm just going to get the most points this turn. Like, there isn't a very natural...
Well, and a thing that you have to remember and you have to think about is that you don't... It's not like a normal game where you start with 0 money and... You start with 0 money, and then, you start with 0 points, and then you're just trying to go higher. In this game, you, like, legit start with, like, negative 40-something points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a lot. You start with negative a ton of points, and you are digging out of that from the beginning. And I haven't, like, my typical strategy isn't I'm digging out of a hole, it's I'm just climbing a summit, and so I have to build an engine in a way to climb the summit, but in this one I have to build an engine in a way to accomplish a very specific task, which is spatial. It's Tetris.
Mm-hmm. And it's aided by, I think, the... Like, regardless of everything else, a tile is a certain number of spaces. It is preventing you from getting that many negative points. So you can, like... Instead of the board just being icons, I can see, oh, I turn a 3 and a 4 of a pelt and a cloth. I turn that into an icon that's 12. So, like, not even knowing other stuff or how it's converted or what I want to do, it's like, I'm turning, stopping myself from getting -7 points and stopping myself from getting -12 points. And, like, that just, it makes total intuitive sense. And it's almost a bonus that crafting makes sense.
Yeah. I'm going back in the chat. Keith, you said that I put down the hammer down too soon. So this is my question. I thought I read in the rule books that when you get a item from the, like, hammers or whatever, you have to put them down immediately. But if we don't have to, that's great. I wasn't able to super clarify that. It seemed like it was implied. But, yeah, if you know, that'd be awesome. So yeah. I am super bummed that it's sold out for everybody. There's actually a copy at my store that I work at, and I'm opening tomorrow, so I know, and I closed tonight, and it was there. So, you know, if you guys get to Portland, go to Cloudcap Games and get there when it opens tomorrow, I can just sell you that. It's $100, but it's a friendly local game store. Yeah, if I had realized that we would like this game as much, I would have brought another one back and we would have done a giveaway. I don't know if I probably could not have brought it back in shrink. It would have been fun and open. But, I definitely would have brought one back for folks. Because it's great, and we haven't done a giveaway on a stream yet, but, like, I want to give this game away. I really should have bought another Honshu and given that away.
Oh, yeah. I mean... Weight-wise, it's actually very similar to this game. Like, how many Honshus converts into one Feast of Odin? Like, I think if you took up...
Hey, do you want to put this with the round marker?
Yeah.
Oh, that won't.
Oh, I did that. If you converted Honshus into the same volume as Feast of Odin, I think Feast of Odin would still be heavier than the same volume of Honshus.
Oh, yeah, because cardboard...
Because Honshus are just cards, and they don't fill the box.
You can put those with the goods. You're
Sure.
keeping boats divided, yeah? By type? So we don't have to sort them? Boats.
I mean, maybe. No, I'm doing the thing where you put... This is something I learned from Tiffany, is putting things that are of different size in different bags. So instead of putting all the boats together, I'm going to put a different type of boat in each bag. And
Can I see the
put,
rules? Because I think you
wood with
cheated.
them. Who cheated?
Yeah. Can I see the rules?
I mean, of course I cheated. What did I cheat?
I don't know.
Hey,
This is not the rules. This is the almanac. So this is the almanac I was telling you guys about. It's a big book, and it's one of the reasons why I was intimidated to, like, learn this. It's actually about all of the things in the game and how they actually were used in Viking society. Which is amazing. And there's, like, poems and history. It's really interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Also, when someone said, Tiffany, you let the hammer drop too soon, I thought that was metaphorical, like, in terms of strategy, not put the hammer down too soon.
Okay. So it says that you can place at any time green, blue, and luxury. Blue luxury items and green craft items at any time on the board. But it doesn't specify that you can place the other items at any time of the board. Which is why I'm kind of like...
Which other items at any time?
The, like, forged and pillaged items. Which is where I think you cheated.
Where I put it down too early? Or?
No, you held on to it. You didn't put it down immediately.
Oh, well, I knew where I was going to put it, but...
You still cheated.
Had I held... Well, I put it that end round. Had I been, like, thinking, I would have actually put it down. That would cover negative points instead of trying to go for income.
Oh, you can buy up to 2 special tiles when you go here.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
just
none
buying.
of us. None of us. Have
I was gonna do that, but I didn't think it was worth it. But if I had realized I could do 2, because like the glass beads don't cost anything. You know what? It doesn't.
Joseph, we played Lorenzo.
Yeah, we played it. We have a stream of it. It was one of the first games that we did when we came back. The box is hefty. The size is pretty large, if you want to show the box. So it's bigger than Caverna. So let me go grab Caverna.
Caverna for scale.
Caverna and Fields of Arl. Fields of Arl is a little bigger. So Caverna's bigger than Terra Mystic. So here's Caverna. Here, hold up the lid. So this is Caverna, and this is Feast. So it adds another 2 centimeters, half inch. And then it's the same width.
Yeah.
It's about the same size top-wise.
So
it's a little tall. It's about as tall as Caverna is more than Fields of Arl. So, yeah. But, yeah. Special tiles count as blue in the placement rules. Oh! Yay! Thank you for letting me know. Now I feel my scores will get better. Yes. We did play Lorenzo Il Magnifico Joseph. We liked it a lot. It definitely gave me the same, like, vibe as Grand Austria Hotel in regards to weight and complexity on my brain. But it also was a little nicer, I feel, because in Grand Austria Hotel, a lot of what you can do is it's dice drafting. So if nobody if the dice just don't roll really well for the entire game, everybody's kind of screwed. And in this game, the workers that you get their value is determined by dice, but there's more that you can do in the game to mitigate a bad dice roll. So, yes. That is my spiel on Lorenzo Il Magnifico. And we talk about that in the end of the Lorenzo Il Magnifico stream. So, you can find that either on my YouTube channel. There's a playlist that's like playthroughs, and it's in there. Or, it is up on BGG. So, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
I want to build houses next time, and maybe do animal husbandry. Like, my next game, I'm just going to do the Agricola strategy.
Well, I realize now, thanks to, I think, Keith or Murray, I can't remember who said it, I can now convert animals into goods, which is awesome. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that before.
Yeah, that's one of the things I kind of realized partway through this game. I was like, oh, you have this huge stack of animals, so you can get a lot of coverage. I didn't say it, of course. But.
Gee, thanks, babe. Yeah, so Steve's in the process of bagging.
A bag for everything,
but these trays are great because they are storage as well as they are significant to play.
I don't think I've ever played I have a lot of my wargame tokens stored in things like that. I don't think I've ever played a game that uses one of those as part of the game.
Yeah.
So that's.
It's pretty great.
Oh, what? Oh, the
bag rip.
Yeah.
To be visible. Black cube on a black rug. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, with a black dog.
Oh, is the black dog down there?
Yeah.
Here, let me help.
Maybe it was just the one. Ichi, can you move?
No.
No. Okay. Thanks, sweetie. Yeah, it was just the one.
Okay. What is this? What is this? Oh, hang on. Is that Ichi tooth bits? What is that? Here, pick that up. That's a toenail. That.
It's just chewy, I think.
No, that's not chewy, sweetie. That's not a tooth, though. We need a vacuum. Gross into this.
Good night, everybody.
Where does it say you can't hold on to the special tiles is on the appendix? No, it didn't say it anywhere explicitly. It just said that you can place blue and green tiles anywhere, and then it says you don't have to place them at one point, but it never called out the special tiles.
But someone did say they're treated as blue.
Keith did, yeah, in the placement rules. So,
so if it's transitive, specials are basically blues, and then you don't have to place blues.
They do look a little blue. I just assumed they were gray, but I guess they are a shade of blue technically. So yeah, awesome. How did you guys like the new camera angles? This setup won't really work for 3 players because the laptop camera is not widescreen enough to fit all 3 players into the frame, so it works for 2 players when Steve and I sit like this. So when we play 2-player games, we might more frequently do this for one of our player boards. If the game has player boards, we might do this camera angle. If it's something you guys like.
So if the laptop camera is good enough
I think
quality?
it's fine. It's HD.
Well, also, this is maybe important. So these cameras buffer and are slightly delayed, but the audio from the laptop camera is maybe in sync. I noticed that on some of our old streams that the audio is faster than the Logitech's because of the buffering.
Our old streams, we didn't use the laptop, we used the camera.
Yeah.
Mic.
So maybe we should go back and see if our voice is in sync with the audio. Mm-hmm. Or if we're sync with the video, or folks could tell us. I would be curious to know.
Okay, tune in Thursday for the Great Western Trail stream. And then I think this weekend I am working most days, but we might do a special stream in the evening on one of the weekend days. Maybe Coffee Roaster or games like that. We have a couple solo games and 2-player games which are a little shorter, which we might do a stream for on the weekend as a bonus thing. Otherwise, Great Western Trail Thursday. We have a stream planned for Tuesday, which is the election night here in the U.S. We will still be streaming. We are definitely going to be streaming. Don't do that. Just put them loose. They're big enough. We will definitely be streaming Tuesday.
That should be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Steve's really excited. We've picked. It's not an SM release. It's a release that came out a few years ago. We picked a very special game. I don't think you can do that with those boards with these trays. With the small boards, the home boards. I think you need to put these in first.
Yeah.
No, leave those boards.
There's somewhere to get these. Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, we've picked out a game. It should be fun.
I would do those like that. Yay! What? I'm spatial.
You're very spatial. You're very spatial to me.
You could also put cards in that slot. Yeah, boy.
One thing that's interesting, we haven't even cracked these. There's a B and a C deck of occupation cards that we haven't even cracked.
Yeah. Oh wait, don't put those on yet. Put the special board in. Sorry. Like normally when you punch a game, you have like more room. This is not really the case with this game. So here, slide it under the. Don't put the lid on it just yet. Don't put the rules on just yet. Slide it under the overhead cam. So yeah, that's full to the brim. Well, the brim, but it's full. Like, and that's with those awesome trays. So yeah, there you go.
Tiffany has turned me into one of those people where I like the top and the score pad. I like the top and the bottom of the game box to be in the same direction.
Boom. Also, I just want to brag a little. It's signed. That was totally by luck. It's totally by luck and chance.
Yep.
What's that bag for?
Oh, it's
What's
just in
that?
there.
Was it in there? It's probably in the, for the long board things. I don't know. That's weird. But like, it's signed. I don't squee often, but I squeed.
I still think our Xanadu that you got the designer to sign in your silver Sharpie pen. That's probably one of my favorite signatures of anything we've done.
It's over here on the floor.
We value it.
We do. We have stacks of games just on the floors. So, yeah, it is not Campaign Manager. Nice guess though.